Hey, this is John Vartanian with M.A.V. Mortgage, and there is a huge buzz about a certain word in the mortgage world right now, forbearance. And so I just wanted to share some of my thoughts on forbearance, maybe talk to you about what a forbearance is, and then obviously be here as a resource for anyone who might have any questions about it. So what is forbearance? Forbearance is basically allowing someone to not have to make their payments. Now, I'll start by saying this. If you need forbearance, there are a lot of people who are being affected right now. By all means, contact your servicer, figure out what options you have that are going to be available. But I would recommend this as a last resort. So under a forbearance, there can be a number of different ways that this can be structured based on your servicer's recommendations and what they'll allow you to do. But for a certain period of time, someone does not have to make a mortgage payment. Now, let's just say that's 6 months. So someone's not gonna make a mortgage payment for 6 months. What's different about forbearance in this time that we're in right now is that there is no hardship that needs to be proven for this. Forbearance has always been around. Anyone could have always requested a forbearance on their mortgage payments. But what typically has to happen is you have to prove some sort of job loss, hardship, financial, undoing of someone. There's a little bit of a barrier to entry, whereas right now you literally can just pick up the phone and forbearance can be started right away by contacting your servicer. So there's really not any proof that needs to be done, which is why it's now opened up to the masses and becoming quite a big deal. We all know you don't get anything for free, so there's going to be strings attached to this. And that's why I say, if this is something that you need, by all means, please take it. But just to simply avoid making mortgage payments for a certain period of time, if you're able to do so, you're gonna end up doing more harm to yourself, I feel, than you will good. You'll hear it's not gonna affect your credit. Well, technically, I guess that's correct. What they're talking about is your credit score is not going to be affected. But I've pulled credit report after credit report and I've seen it. There's a code on the actual account line that says account in forbearance. It's coded that way. So we as a mortgage company or anyone who's pulling your credit, your score might remain the same, but we're gonna see that someone is or has been in forbearance. And so what that's gonna do to you is if you're not making payments again for say 6 months, it's not showing a mortgage payment. Well, typically to get a mortgage, you need to prove that you have been on time for the last 12 months. So if you're gonna go into a 6-month forbearance, then you enter back into the normal terms of your mortgage, it's gonna be another 12 months from that point before you can refinance, get another house, not to mention, you also need to get that mortgage caught up. So if you've been into it for 6 months and they did a restructure of the months that you were behind and they chunked it up over the next 12 months, you still won't be caught up for another year. Then it's the 12-month period from that point. So you're really going to be hurting yourself. They're gonna come around, they're gonna get their money at some point in time. So again, if forbearance is something that you need to help yourself get through this because you've lost your job, there's just no other way to be making this payment, by all means, that's who it's designed for. But just to simply, think about, hey, it would be nice to not have payments for a few months, I'll enter into forbearance, I would strongly advise anyone considering that to reconsider. If you're stressed, if you're hurting, if you have questions on anything, you're more than welcome to call me, whether I've done your loan or not. Call me, email me, direct message me, whatever you need. I want to be here as a resource to help you through this and maybe explain what your options are and answer any questions for you so that way there's not a lot of unknown out there for anyone, okay? Thanks again for checking out this video. I appreciate it. Take care.